Today I'm making fritters. That's codfish fritters. I forgot to start recording before I started. I put everything together, so this is just a visual right now of what we have here. Codfish fritters need about less than a quarter pound. I mean, just whatever you have. A little piece of fish, codfish, and you boil it. I always drop a little pepper in the pot like my mother used to do, and a pepper, a whole pepper, cayenne pepper, whatever pepper you have, just for flavor. And she would drop that in the pot while the codfish is boiling, and then you throw off that water. The idea of boiling it is to soften the codfish and also to get rid of some of the salt. Generally, I soak the codfish the night before to get rid of some salt. And then in the morning, you boil it a little. Not too long. Just let the water come to a boil. And, you can drop the pepper in there to soften that. Not soften, but just to get it wilted a little bit. And, so then you have to break it up in small pieces. I always put back a little bit of the water from the codfish from boiling the codfish, and some regular water to a certain amount. There's no special measurement that I use. Just use your discretion and to the amount of people that you're gonna feed with the fish. Then we cut little scallion, a little thyme, and black pepper in it, and then we start putting flour. Now there's another kind of codfish fritters that I can show you or tell you about, but I'll make one another day and you'll see. And that is with eggs. Those I love because it has no flour. It don't have a lot of flour. It just had codfish with eggs and seasoning. So this is you stir everything together like I'm doing. Make sure, and I get it to a certain consistency. Sorry, I'm holding the camera while I'm doing this, so everything has to be done with one hand. Sorry about that. So I get more flour, and I want it not too thick, but thick enough. So we drop it in the pot. I'm just going to put this down and pour the rest of the flour. Not sure if this is going to be enough. I think we're going to need a little more. But you stir out all the flour, and yeah, it's not thick enough, so I'm gonna have to get more flour. So I'm just gonna pour a little more flour, and you use flour that does not have, it's not, you can't use self-rising flour. At least I don't use it because I don't want them to puff up too much, and no baking powder or anything. So you just put in the flour and get it to a certain thickness, and then you start frying. When I start frying, I'll come back and show you. So this is good. Yeah, it's getting to like a dripping, see, a consistency like that. So this is all. I think we still might need a little more flour, or maybe not. Depends, if you. So I like it thin. I don't want it too thick. I want it not too thick, but yeah. So I might add a little more flour, and I'll come back when I start frying. So I'm frying. I'm gonna start frying. And generally before you start, you lay some paper towel down on a dish, so that it can absorb some of the oil from the frying. So I'm gonna start dropping some of the fritters in the pot. You drop them and you let the sides sear on each one before you put the other one, because you don't want them joining together. So I'm gonna get my granddaughter to help me so I can use both hands.
Hi.
Alright,
Where's
so
her granddaughter?
my two grandkids are here and they want to be part of it. So make sure you focus. Okay, so we're dropping the fritters. Just use a spoon and drop them until the pot can't hold anymore. And then you leave those to fry. And so we're gonna fry off this whole batch. There you go.
But you gotta be careful.
I'm gonna fry this whole batch. Of course, my granddaughter Clo wants to be involved, but I told her to shut up. Kids. I told them they can hang around, but they want to talk also, and I don't want them in my video anyway. But at least this one. So anyway, so I'll come back and show you. You're gonna fry them until they're lightly brown, and so I'm gonna have to turn them and so on. So that's that, and we'll show you when we start eating. Okay, come back and show you some of the fried ones, and then and so on. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them below so that I can answer, because I want to answer all your questions. And this is old time Jamaican cooking. So I did one set already of the fritters, and you can just want to show you a little glance of it frying. Just did the first turn, and we'll soon take those out. Here's some that's already fried, and still some waiting to be fried. So those look so crunchy and delicious. I didn't mention it before, but every Sunday morning, not every, but most Sunday morning, my mother used to make fritters. It's either egg fritters or codfish fritters. And I'm gonna be showing you a lot more codfish recipes. Man, you can do so much. You can make codfish stew. You can make codfish pakasa. I bet some of you didn't know that word. Codfish anything. I just never made codfish soup. You can make a pastry with codfish. Finish with codfish. I'm gonna be showing you a lot more codfish recipe. We're living in the States, and things are much more expensive. Well, I guess it's expensive in Jamaica too. But codfish, you just need a little piece. A little piece goes a far way, as most of you might know. So here you go. So I'm just showing you this, and I'll come back when we start eating. Okay, guys, dig in. We're starting to eat more fritters. See, we had fried a lot, and there's still more frying, but we just want to show you. It's yummy. You're good? They're good?
The inside
so I'm going to take one. I know they're good.
And the outside's crispy.
I know. Yeah, I know you guys like it crispy. Sometimes we make it crispy. Sometimes we make it, softer, because, my grandkids love the crispy, the edges crispy. See? Here they are. Okay, so that's it for the codfish fritters for today. Thanks very much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and I'll be back with another great Jamaican recipe from our old-time Jamaican cooking kitchen.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.